Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and also welcome back to the 2v2 League. This is another game being played on the ladder, this time between Kharakid Ice Cream, our favorite team that's sponsored by. Big shout out to the fair, yeah, you know who they are. And also with these guys, who is going to be Kitsune and Frolic. We haven't seen them play just yet, but this will be a fun match. Looks like we got GldCheast Coalition against GldCheast and Soban, so very similar faction picks right here. They're going to have a very similar idea in general, although the Coalition player could do something annoying with like turrets in the beginning game, but other than that, everything should be about the same. Now the map is going to be Kalash Valley, and you're probably used to seeing this as a 3v3 map, that's what it is. But it also is a 2v2 map as well, so that means the rush distance is going to be very large on this map. It's going to take a long time to get to your opponent, as it is, you know, it's balanced for like 3v3, right? Well, I mean, not really balanced, but you know what. Whatever. I'm not going to talk about that. People prefer playing on Kartova, as you know. But anyway, map here is definitely going to favor more of an aggressive economic strategy rather than aggressive strategy. Does that make sense? It made sense to me. What are the tech choices going to be right here? Looks like everyone going on to LAV fabrication very quickly. So that's pretty interesting to see. I would have gone probably with the support cruiser first build right here. Kawashima also moving out with that production cruiser. So actually it could be that that Kharakid Ice Cream is going to try to do some kind of a early game push here. Only salvagers made by Frosty Teeth so far. We're switching to AVs. Yeah, so this is probably going to be like a Sand Skimmer push followed by an AAV rush. And I like that, actually. I always enjoy seeing players go for early aggression, get into kind of more scrappy defenses and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun for me to watch. I think it's a lot more exciting than like the typical macro build that we tend to see, even if it's not quite as safe. Although these Sand Skimmers are in bad positions could really hurt the early attack. He's not pulling back, though. This one getting really low right here, down to about 100 health. But he is going to get over the dune. However, I really feel like he could just charge him down right there, but perhaps a little scared to do that. Also because the base runner is so far away, there's no chance for like base runner heal tactics to come out here. And then pushing up against these LAVs is also a really bad move right here, but the LAV is focusing on the base runner on accident. And there definitely could have been a kill there on that Sand Skimmer, but it would have taken pretty fast reaction. Let me get these guys on hotkeys. So AV fabrication's finished and they are being produced, as you can see up there on the top left. How are they going to respond? Looks like AAV fabrication is coming out of Kitsune himself, but nothing from Frolic just yet that could really do anything about it. You should probably just tickle this artifact right here. He's going to do that, so that'll stop the base runner from getting it, even if this base runner here goes down. And actually using base runner heal, he could poke over the hill. He's going to do it. His opponent getting in up on the healing, which I usually think is a good idea, but in this case he probably recognized this, just doesn't quite have the numbers. And actually he might lose the Sand Skimmer, but the LAVs coming in from the side going to be very effective right here. They've taken out one already, although that Sand Skimmer does go down. That was a bit sloppy, but it's alright. 3 Sand Skimmers going down for the green team. And though they do have this artifact in their possession, that might not be true for long. However, the AAVs are coming up to support now. And there is currently no answer for this on the field, and it looks like it's going to be a Soul Shift. No, okay, he canceled the Soul Shift fabrication. I think that's a good move, because that would have been a little odd. Because, you know, what's the counter to these? What's the counter to these AAVs going to be? Almost certainly railguns. We could see air, I suppose, but in which case the Soul Chip tech would be good. But it's almost certainly going to be railguns, and probably Kawashima doesn't want to also make a unit that can be countered by railguns, you know what I mean? Good smoke there, by the way. Keeps that base runner alive. I'd like to see it use its healing just to give itself a little bit more of a chance to make it to the extraction zone. Kind of a small detail, but that might come into play just about now. And these LAVs can definitely dive on top of it, take out the artifact, and then run away from the AV. They'll take some losses, but not much. That's definitely worth it right there. So, good move by these guys. You know, these guys. I like that name for a team. And actually, it looks like they want to just dive on this AAV, although... Oh, you cowards, get back here. Because they can definitely just dive on this AAV and kill it, but they'll take many less losses, or fewer losses, or whatever you say, if they conglomerate their forces right there. So instead, the Sand Skimmer is just losing one, basically, not really getting anything done there. So there's a little bit of coordination lacking, but that's alright. Railgun fabrication is coming out from Kawashima as well as refinery mode. I like that. And actually, I have not really looked at the economic status just yet, but it looks like, does Frolic, does he have Refinery mode? No, he doesn't. So they're still all on one base, which is kind of exciting. Oh, someone's flying. I saw that. Somebody was flying. Anyway, I hope they never fix that, you know what I mean? Certainly they aren't going to, but I really enjoy that feature quite a lot more than I should, really. This artifact over here, kind of in duress, but the AAV is not pursuing, which is a little awkward. Even just gonna throw down like the screw you targeting jammer, I like that. And actually it is being quite effective because this AAV kind of forgotten about, gonna take a bunch of shots to the strike craft, although it's probably about time for them to back away right here. Not sure if that was worth the, like, what is it, 250 CUs? 150, I guess, not so bad. But, you know. Oh, and these sand skimmers here, they have a death wish. But anyway, Cao Shmao definitely going to be in a good position here because he is the first to get a second base up, it looks like. No, I lied. Kitsune is on 2 bases, so they're equal right there. Rampa Frolic and Frosty Teeth just about equal as well. I'm sure we'll see a support cruiser from him pretty soon, but not yet. See, those are ALMs there, and the AAV going to recognize he can't push in there. If there's any railguns, which there are, that's not going to turn out well for him. And Kawashima now beginning to produce some railguns, definitely the right move. And Frosty Teeth there, taking his opponent's his ally's base, that's a little awkward. They definitely want to shuffle around right there. I think that's fine because it's closer to the carrier, but at this point with the other production cruiser out, he needs to move that there and the salvagers need to leave, because that is actually property of Cao Shmao. So they could go to court over that, I suppose. Another artifact getting picked up by these guys. And that one I think definitely can extract right now. He may not realize. No, yeah, he's going to realize that he'll move out. But it's not like certain, but I think it probably can. We haven't seen any players utilize this area right here, but there is kind of a nice like area where you can come in and backstab. And in fact, you can even see a carrier can make that move, right? Which is bizarre. Carriers can actually like climb up the hill in some kind of bizarre way. It's kind of strange, but yeah, we haven't seen any players try to utilize that just yet. I'd love to see that move coming out. AAVs and sand skimmers proving to be an effective combo. If only the north and the south could have worked together. Hashtag Civil War things. Also, Deadly Sakara. But there are heavies in the area. Good smoke though from Frosty Teeth. And look at that, they didn't even get hit because they. Oh yeah, okay, that ruined it. But anyway, they're gonna be able to hold this extraction zone for a short time and not very long. And yeah, this is about where these AAVs really just gonna get sought out and killed. I don't think there's any way they can get out of this either. But look at that, the railguns are exposed. You gotta push in there, man. Push in, push in, push in. Oh, window is closing there. But there was a little moment where Cao Shmao could have taken a mad effective fight against those railguns there. Actually, these railguns doing fine on their own though. I think they traded one for two. That is, I think anyway, because one of them had already been damaged. But now these sand skimmers don't really have a home here, so they're gonna have to back away. The artifact will extract, and that's not such a big deal at this point, but it is always a little bit worrisome the closer you get to 5. I already see turrets coming out here for Frosty Teeth, and I noticed he did this in one of our games with him. I wasn't really sure why. Actually, look at this. The sand skimmer is now beginning to overrun here on this flank. But there are assault cruisers. Oh wow, so that's definitely the counter to this. They just need to get into position, which may be a little bit difficult. You can see him queuing up sand skimmers like mad. This attack over on this side not going to be as effective. He doesn't have any AAVs, you see, so it's going to be a little difficult for him to push in, really. But yeah, salvagers just getting killed on this side. This is looking very, very promising for these guys. Is Kharakid Ice Cream going to try to find a response to this? He moved up here, found the heavy railguns, though he's going to have to go back. Maybe a bit of an overreaction to turn back just for one heavy railgun, but then again, the assault cruisers are kind of like known for being weak sauce, so perhaps he is in the right there. Frosty, my man, when are you going to make your support cruiser? He's actually abandoned his first base. I don't know about this. I really feel like a support cruiser would be in order. We know that Rumpa Frolic, for instance. Oh, what the? He's leaving. Okay, look, I like the idea of weaponizing the carrier, but I really am of the opinion that you can't leave your main base until you get a support cruiser or something over there, so I don't know about this. Kind of interesting economic choices I can see, but it is 2 bases here for Kitsune, 2 bases, and kind of a half for Rampa Frolic. No bases for Frosty Teeth, because he insists on not making support cruisers, which I gotta say is really odd. But yeah, it's it's 2 bases for Cao Shimao. It should be 3 once he gets on this one here. But yeah, one reason why I don't really like this map is because look at this base right here. This is a little far forward. It's like it's past some of the artifacts, you know what I mean? And that's just the natural third for this player, who's Frosty Teeth in this game. I should stop talking about this because there is actually action going on. Look, a support cruiser! Yes! Anyway, Frosty Teeth getting hit by a couple of railguns over here. And the ALM's actually stunning that support cruiser, trying to stop it from escaping. Which I think is really interesting. I like that move, but I don't think it's going to work. Another Sand Skimmer battle going on in the middle. Looks like Kharakid Ice Cream wants to stop this artifact. I would understand that. He actually had high ground there. I feel he could have taken that fight, but maybe he was in the Sensors Manager, didn't realize it. His carrier's still moving forward, and I really don't like this because look how many railguns there are here. This is definitely a little dangerous. I'd like to see him pulling back. And Kitsune being so annoying with those ALMs, although I'm not sure he realizes they don't actually affect carriers, but yeah, you gotta go. And I think Frosty Teeth knows it. He may be too overextended. He may actually just die right here. Oh, dearie me. What can they do about this? Nothing. Okay. Well, this is a big issue, and in fact, the ALMs here are definitely ensuring that, you know, Sand Skimmers can't come in to stop, like, the railguns as well, because they're just gonna get stun locked. They can't get in there. He's gonna escape, it looks like, but he could just get chased down. I don't know. This doesn't look good. But on the other flank, they are doing quite well. They're stopping the extraction for sure. And Rompa Frolic, you know, just Rompa Frolic things, making his base runners. Why not? Double tactical missile on the carrier could do a lot of damage here, obviously. I'd love to see that. Instead, he's just gonna waltz in here. He should definitely pull back a little bit with these because they're getting hit by railguns. He could just lose these assault cruisers, and that would not be so good. Oh my gosh, look at the health on the carrier. He's at 1,000 health. Oh, he's getting lower and lower. Frosty, my boy. You gotta be careful with that carrier right there. And the LAVs are definitely giving sight on this carrier, so this is actually looking really grim. 400 health now, 200. He's gonna go down. There goes Frosty Teeth. Definitely an overextension to move into that many railguns there, and I feel he kind of was banking on his carrier being more of a force than his army. Because if you look, he has none. And so this is going to be a 1-on-2 now. Cao Shimao has to take out this fight. Even the assault cruiser is getting taken out with the carrier. What? How did the carrier? Oh my gosh! Literally, how did this happen? Okay, well, in that case, Cao Shimao can still win this, but it is going to be like a 1-on-1.5 because, of course, production cruiser is still going to be making army, just no carrier for that side. And he's got a lot to deal with over here already. There's a number of railguns, 8, 9 railguns over here. Being a nuisance on that side of the map, and he really doesn't have the Sand Skimmers to outdo the LAVs either. Like, air would obviously be good, but he does not have anywhere near the tech for that, and his heavy railgun's getting caught out of here as well. So this is looking very unlikely for Cao. Oh, whoa, he's already taking a lot of damage too. Actually, yeah, he's just gonna get carry sniped right here. Okay, so these guys take the first match. They got a carrier kill though. Wow, that was interesting, because I really did not expect that at all. You know, I just like that carrier did not have any business getting killed there. There were 2 assault cruisers, I think, and then a couple of railguns. That was it. So I feel like both teams showing they were very overconfident in their carriers. Probably want to tone that down a little bit. Do not tone down this though. This is sick, man. Look at all the ALMs. But yeah, they definitely want to tone down their carrier usage there. Just be a little bit more careful with that, or they could face some serious problems. That was interesting. Well, let's move on to the next match. Actually, I will make that a separate video, so I'll catch you in the next video. Haha. See how that works.